pre-Crawley at home. Gary, after 2 games on the road, how good is it to be back at home?
Very good. To be back at home playing a proper competitive game is good. It's good because we've had a real awakening, if you like. The lads woke themselves up at Oxford after half time, and I think the supporters that were there saw that there's something in this team which I've known, but it hadn't been shown since we came back. But they got to a level where they were giving problems to a First Division team, and that's what we wanted. And not only that, we proved that we had 120 minutes in us, and that was good. So to be at home now, first home game of the season, it'd be great for the lads who will respect the supporters that turn up, of course, which would be great. And it'd be great if they turn up to support the lads after the effort they put in on Tuesday.
And having had 120 minutes in them on Tuesday, obviously you've now got to get 90 minutes out of them on Saturday. How big an ask is that? Because obviously, the emotion as well as the physical exertion.
I think it'd have been more difficult if we'd have lost after 120 minutes. That was why our little chat for the extra time was quite important, where we had to say, look, we've come this far now. You've deserved now, after coming back, to win this game. So let's go and win it. And it really was a case of making sure that we come away with a win, so that we knew that after extra time they'd feel a lot better with a win than a defeat. So they put that extra effort in, and I thought we was very, very, very professional in our game management. That was good. We showed a maturity in the second half of extra time, when obviously we had to take our time a little bit, and we was clever. We got a couple of lads that take free kicks, and we're taking them all night. So a couple more free kicks were good, because just for the fact that we could slow it up a little bit. But it was good game management.
And do you expect everyone to be okay from that game?
Yeah, Gav rang me yesterday, and Gav, our head of medical services, as he likes to call himself, sounds a bit more important. He called me and said that everybody's fine. There's nobody's. There was a couple of them that were getting a little bit tired, and a little bit achy towards the end, so a couple of them had to come off, but not as an injury. So we got through it well, and I'm pleased with that, and they'll be pleased with that.
And how's Kevin Dawson progressing?
He's progressing well. He'll train today. He'll play in this little practice game that we got this afternoon for him, really. Not a long one, it's an in-house game anyway. And we'll see how near he is. I mean, everybody's been saying how well he's been running, and how his fitness has come right up, because he couldn't do anything in the summer because he was told not to do anything to rest a previous injury, an injury he got at the end of the season. And he didn't come back very fit, but the physios and our fitness coaches have worked him very hard, and he's ready. He's ready now, so it's just a matter of how long he's got, and when we can get him in there.
And presumably Harry Powell pushing even harder for a start now.
Well, exactly. I mean, you could see when he came on that the shackles were off. He'd be the first to admit he didn't have a great pre-season, and we were waiting for him to produce his best. And he's at his best when he's a free spirit and he's got nothing on his mind other than the game, and a happy heart, as they say. So I think all that's behind him now. I think he was thinking about that in the games that he played during pre-season, because it was all sort of bubbling along for quite some time. But the minute he made that decision, suddenly his head was clear. And when his head's clear and he just wants to enjoy his football, that's when he's at a different level.
I haven't even mentioned Crawley yet. Obviously, it's still early days in the season. What have you made of their start so far?
Well, of course, they've had a couple of defeats, haven't they? When we had a defeat first game of the season, as they did, and we got to make sure that both teams are going to have to get a result, because you don't want to lose 2 on the trot. So it'll be an interesting game. They've obviously, no one's a pushover in this league. We don't see them as that, and they won't see us as that either. But the fact it's at home, and the fact that we've, off the back of a good confidence booster in the Oxford game, then hopefully our supporters will see us through as well, because it'll be a good crowd supporting the boys.
Thank you. Good luck.
No problem. Thank you.
Gary, Brian Graham, there's been some reports that you are close to signing him from Hibernian. Is that true?
It's true in as much as that I'm having a chat with him, and we're not there yet, but it is someone that we're interested in, and it is somebody that I've liked, and if things go well, then I would like to sign him, but we're still talking at the moment.
Yeah. Do you think there's any chance he could be in if you do decide to sign him before Saturday's game?
I don't know. I mean, the problem with that is not the negotiation necessarily, but the international clearance, and it depends on how quickly we can get the forms to our FA, and then how quickly they send it to Scotland, and how quickly Scotland send it back. We're not dealing with a Russian FA, are we? That might take a bit longer, but so we'll have to wait and see. So if it all goes well, the talks go well, and he decides, and we decide that it's going to happen, then it's just a matter of how quickly we can get this international clearance.
Yeah, I presume you'd have spoken to him about Jordan Forster as well as having know a bit about him from up there, but character-wise that probably helps, does it?
Exactly, and also Liam Fontaine, who played for me for many years, is up there as a centre half, and him and Jordan have confirmed. They know me, they know my character, they know the characters that are in footballers that I like and the ones that I dislike. I don't think they'd have told their mate to come here if they thought that we wouldn't get on, sort of thing. So I've had a couple of chats with him, and so I'm pretty happy with it all. It's just a matter of crossing the T's and dotting the I's.
Yeah, you said whether Harry Pell went or not, you still want to get 3 or 4 in, and is that still the case?
Yeah, it is, and we want that to happen. And once again, the board are backing me at the minute, because we did a little bit of business and certainly talking where we thought Harry was going, and then when he came back, you couldn't really go back to these players and go, well, actually, it's not on anymore, So we've got sort of 1 or 2 that we're interested in that we're still going to bring in. So that's credit to the board.
Yeah, loans still, because obviously Graham's going to be, if he does sign permanent, are there still loans in the pipeline?
Yeah, there's still loans in the pipeline. Yeah, just waiting for the right opportunity that brings them in, because we still need a bigger squad. Pagey come on the other day and done well. It was good, but he's only a young lad. He's missed a year and a bit through injury, so that was a good boost for him. I don't think Matty Bauer's a million miles away, and Josh Thomas, has got to prove that he can do the job as well. He was injured, so he wasn't involved the other night. But and of course Reece is getting better each time. So we got some young lads that we got some hope for, but we've still got to have a bigger squad.
Yeah. Do you think it will get to a stage where you've got enough in that you can get a couple out to play football, or do you think you'll just have enough here to fill the bench and nothing in reserve really? Yeah,
well, no, I can only judge that as and when I bring people in, or get the timing right and so on and so forth. But business will be done in and out, as I said.
Yeah, you mentioned Adam Page. I was going to ask you about him because he sort of almost went unnoticed because of the drama of the game, but it was his first team debut, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was his first team debut, and he's a lad that's been around a long time and hasn't played many games, but we had a lot of faith in him before he had a horrendous injury for a young lad, and he was out a long time, but he's worked very, very hard to get himself back, and I think he wants to repay the club because we showed faith in him. That even though he was being paid as a professional for a year, we knew that he wasn't going to be fit for a year. But we think he's got a bright future, and if he can carry on and be on the fringe of the first team and get the odd game here and there, then that'd be good.
Cheers, Gary.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gary.
All right.